So, impromptu video. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I can't bring myself to get out of bed. Um, so I've got depression, like pretty bad depression. And I've been on antidepressants for like a few years now. And the tea helps take away that emotional, like I don't cry uncontrollably anymore. Um, and the medication kind of helps with that. In fact, I don't cry at all. But I still get the lethargy, like, I get the non-emotional parts, like, just not being able to get out of bed, like, overwhelmed with stress and stuff. And so yesterday was, like, really stressful. So basically, the day before yesterday, I, spent 10 and a half to 11, possibly 11 and a half hours at uni working on one assignment on, Arc Map software, and it's my first semester doing it, using this software, so it's taking a while to get used to, and it just kept stuffing up, and I tried to fix it, and it wasn't working, and it just made me really angry that I was there when I'd planned to not spend that long there, on that stuff. I was actually going to be working on other study, and just annoyed me. So there was already that, plus I'm just stressed because I'm organising the Tasmanian, with this guy named Vincent, we're organising the Tasmanian contingent for the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras for next year. I'm organising a fencing camp for January. I'm organising trans camp, which is in October next year. I'm preparing to start house hunting in October. I'm saying it quietly because I don't want my housemates to know, because I'm not telling them until 2 weeks before I move out, or else they'll screw me over. And my beginners, this was the last night of club, so we had the junior pirate club, pirate tournament and party. Um, and then my beginners rocked up. So I've got a girl who's not a beginner from this course, but the previous one, and she has what is it? She's um, anyway, she has I wouldn't say mentally handicapped. But she's definitely very different, and I have to watch out because she's very rough. She, on like her third night at club, she broke one of the electric swords because she was flailing it so widely instead of jabbing that she smashed it against the wall, snapped the barrel off, and it went flying literally the other side of the hall and hit the glass door. Luckily, it didn't break anything or hurt anyone. So I have to watch her to make sure she's not being too rough with people and she's not doing ridiculous stuff with the equipment, because she just doesn't think. Unless it's said explicitly, she does not think. Then I had these two new boys. One of them is just really naughty and rude, and I had said, don't unplug yourself, let us unplug you until you've had more experience. So maybe next term, once you've been fencing for a while, then you can start unplugging yourself. I turn around to see him trying to unplug himself. He's let go of the bloody spool wire thing, which still has body wire attached, and it just, like, that's how you break fucking body wires, and we're already running low. We need to order more, and they're not cheap. You can get cheap ones, but it's still, you have to pay for postage and everything. He's not paying for them, obviously. Anyway, and he was all like, ugh, and I was like, what did I say? And I actually said, look, there are reasons I tell you these things. I'm your coach. If I tell you something, you need to bloody well do it. Well, I didn't swear, obviously, but God, he pissed me off. Anyway, and then there's this little boy who comes with someone, and, well, he's like 11, or about to turn 11. I know that's really young, but he's really quite rude. Like, I had to go and get him another sword because the one he was using stopped working, and I got back to him, he's like, about time, and it's like, he's not even saying it in a joking way, he's just really fucking rude, and it's just annoying. So anyway, so one of the fences, no one wants to fence because they're really rough, and I'm trying to teach them not to be rough, but they have mental issues. So I was having to matchmake fences all night, be like, are you fencing someone? Because, like, someone would look like they weren't having a bout, so I'd be like, have you fenced yet? Okay, you fenced that person. You, okay, over here you need to fence this person. And also we have practice swords and non-practice swords, so the electric ones. And basically, right now we need to rewire a bunch, but I just don't have time because I have a life outside of club as well. And anyway, so basically I was like, okay, the electric swords need to stay by the piece, and when you log on, when you plug in, you use them. Because mostly at the moment we have the people who own their own stuff, most of them have been away sick. So it was mostly people who haven't been here long enough to own their own fencing swords and stuff, so they're all using club stuff. And I said, so leave the working electric swords by the piece, and when you're not fencing on the electrics, you use the practice ones, so that way things aren't going to go wrong with them. And so all night I'm trying to find the working ones, which people keep taking off to use on the practice what, like when they're not fencing electrically, and it was just really stressful. And then also I'm wanting to run a sports camp, sorry, in January for one sword for epee, because in my experience, when we don't have that many fences, and you split it into two different blade types, suddenly you're like halving the number of fencers who can do it. And Mum was talking to the other coach about that, and apparently she actually feels very strongly, it's silly, we don't have enough fencers to just do epee, we need to do both swords. Because we don't really do saber here anyway, so it would be epee and fallen. It's like, no, because then you're cutting an already small group of like, say we get 10 fencers at the camp, suddenly it's 5 people doing each sword. That's not fun. Okay, this is gonna be a freaking epee camp. Oh, it's so frustrating, because she's lovely, and I love her, she's like a big sister, but anyway, all of the stress. So last night, I just reached my peak of stress, I went to bed, and this morning I just can't bring myself to get out of bed, because there's just so much shit to do. And I'm meant to be in a 3-hour class for that assignment, for that subject, GIS, Geographical Information Systems, right now, but I can't bring myself to, because I'm just over it. I'm just so fucking over it right now. I'm just tired and stressed, and it is week 10 of 13 weeks at uni, and I just can't wait to get to summer. I cannot wait to survive up until November, because mid-November, exams will be done, and I'll have and then in December, club will be over, and I will have about 6 weeks where I don't have to worry about anything. 6 weeks of bliss where I can just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, read, do whatever I want. I can save up for my chest surgery. I can read books I want to read instead of read books that I have to read, and I can catch up on geology, so I'm all set for that. Anyway, so I needed to vent, because depression doesn't always mean crying. Sometimes it means you just can't bring yourself to get out of bed. And it's shitty as, especially when you're this busy as well. Like, I can't afford to be sitting in bed until like 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. I need to get the hell up and actually be doing stuff. And it's like there's this like wall in my mind. And I'm like, as soon as I start thinking about whatever's outside of bed, I'm just like, oh, I can't do this. This is too much. And it's annoying. And also, I haven't seen my dog for like several months, because now because of junior club, and Mum's picking me up when she picks my lovely little nieces up at school. I'm not being sarcastic, I love them. Basically, she picks them up from school, she picks me up, and then we go out to the club, set up, junior club, senior club, she brings me home. Whereas before we were picking my nieces up, I would bus out to Mum and Dad's place, and I would get to see my dog. It's like a 40-minute bus ride out, and then 40 minutes back, and right now I just don't have that in my time to be spending. I don't have time to be going all the way out there. Also, I get car sick if I read on the bus, so I'm not even able to read for those 40 minutes. So I haven't seen my dog for 2 months at least, and I really miss her. I say my dog, but she's sort of like our dog. I love her. Also, I keep seeing really awesome flats come up on Domain, but we're not ready to move yet. So, I've got like $400 of bonds saved up though, but I'm going to need $700 of it. And it's just all really frustrating. I just want out. I really want out. I'm just so sick of all this stress. And, one day I'm going to be a geologist, and I'm not going to bite off a ball and I can chew. I'm going to, get a job as a geologist. I'm going to be living somewhere where I can actually get fencing lessons and train, and I'm going to fence in every bloody tournament that comes up. And I'll volunteer a bit, but I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. So I guess I'm getting the busy stuff out of the way in my 20s and 30s. Anyway, that was my bitching session. Also, my snail trail getting even longer. It's fully creeping up to below my chest. I'm getting hairy boobs, which is really gross. Can't wait to have chest surgery. And then brings the question, do I wax my chest? What do guys usually do? Am I just going to embrace being hairy? I don't really want to embrace being hairy. I want to be able to walk around in board shorts, topless, and not look like a gorilla. So anyway, thanks for listening to my ranting and raving.